The universe has a message for you. Before you hear these words, pause. Take one deep breath. And let it settle in your soul that what you are hearing now is not by accident. The fact that your eyes found this title. The fact that your heart felt something before you even pressed play. The fact that you are here, in this exact moment of your life, means only one thing. The universe has been waiting to speak to you. You see, the universe does not shout. It whispers. It speaks through signs, through moments, through the quiet nudges you feel in your spirit when the world is still. It speaks in the patterns you notice but cannot explain. In the dreams that refuse to leave you. In the faces of strangers who seem to know you before you've even spoken. Right now, the same force that hung the stars in the night sky. The same wisdom that taught the ocean how to touch the shore and then return home. The same breath that gave life to every living being on this earth is reaching out to you. And here is the truth. You have been asking for something. Maybe with words, maybe with tears, maybe only in the silent aching of your heart. But the energy you have sent out has been heard. The universe has been listening. And this moment, is your answer. This message is not for everyone. It is for the one who has been searching. The one who has been sensing that there is more. The one who has felt the weight of waiting, the tension of not knowing what comes next, and the quiet fear of being lost. The universe sees you. It sees the days when you pretend to be strong but are breaking inside. It sees the nights you lie awake wondering if you've missed your chance, if you've wandered too far from your path, if the life you dream of is slipping away. It sees the prayers you've whispered when no one was around, and the battles you've fought in silence. And now, the time has come. Not for another sign you might ignore. Not for another coincidence you explain away. But for a direct, undeniable call to your spirit. Wake up. It is time. You have been standing at the doorway of your next chapter for longer than you realize. The reason things have felt uncertain, the reason life has been rearranging itself around you, the reason old relationships, jobs, habits, and even parts of your identity have been falling away, is because the universe has been preparing you for what comes next. You are not losing. You are shedding. You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. But the path ahead will require something from you. It will require you to trust more than you ever have. To take steps without seeing the whole staircase. To believe in a plan you cannot yet see. And if you listen closely, you will feel the truth of these words not in your mind, but in your soul. This message will not give you every answer. But it will open the space for clarity to flow. It will not hand you a map. But it will place a compass in your hands and teach you to follow the pull of your own spirit. From this moment on, you will start noticing things. Small things. A certain number appearing over and over. A song that plays at the exact right time. A person who says something that feels meant for you. These are not random. These are confirmations. The universe is not far away. It is not somewhere beyond the stars. It is right here. It is the breath moving through you. It is the beating of your heart. It is the intelligence in every cell of your body, the light in your eyes, and the fire in your dreams. And it is speaking now. So before we continue, I want you to release the tension you've been holding. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders fall. Take another deep breath, in and out, and allow the part of you that is tired of being in control to rest. Because for the next moments, you are not here to figure everything out. You are here to receive. You are here to remember who you are. You are here to accept the truth that you are not lost. The call of the universe is not about changing your life for the sake of change. It is about aligning your life with the frequency of who you truly are. 1.1 The restlessness before the shift. Think of the caterpillar in its final days before becoming a butterfly. It doesn't wake up one morning and decide, "Today I will grow wings." Instead, something deep within it says, "This way of being can no longer hold who I am becoming." It doesn't know what's next. It only knows it must surrender to the transformation. You have felt this too. Maybe you've been feeling it lately. The job that once gave you security now feels like a cage. The relationship that once felt like home now feels like a lesson that has ended. The identity you've built, the roles you've played, no longer feel like the whole truth of you. The restlessness is not a problem. It is a signal. It is the universe's way of telling you, there is more. You are ready. 1.2 How the universe calls. The universe speaks in many languages, none of them made of words alone. It speaks through synchronicities. Those strange coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. It speaks through intuition. That quiet knowing that rises in your chest before your mind can explain it. It speaks through repeated patterns in your life. Lessons you face again and again until you finally see them for what they are. Sometimes, the call comes gently. A new opportunity, a sudden meeting, a door quietly opening. Other times, it comes through disruption. A door slamming shut, a relationship ending, a loss that shakes the ground beneath you. You might wonder, if the universe loves me, why would it bring pain into my life? Because sometimes pain is the only force strong enough to break the chains you've learned to live with. Sometimes, you've been sitting in a burning house for so long. You've convinced yourself the smoke is just part of the scenery. The universe calls you out of that house. And if you do not move when it whispers, it will let the flames grow until you can no longer pretend. 1.3 Recognizing the signs meant for you. There are signs all around you. But here is the key. The ones meant for you will speak in your language. If numbers catch your attention, you might start seeing 1111, 222, or 444 everywhere you look. If music speaks to your soul, you'll hear certain songs at moments when the lyrics feel like they were written for your life. If you are visual, you might notice recurring images, animals, or symbols that follow you from place to place. The signs will not always be obvious to others. They don't have to be. They are not for them. They are for you. 1.4 Why now? Perhaps you are wondering, why is this message coming to me now? Because there is a timing to everything in the universe. There is a season for planting seeds, a season for waiting in the dark soil, and a season for breaking through into the light. You are entering the season of emergence. The parts of you that have been dormant are waking up. The dreams you buried because they seemed impossible are pushing through the surface. The pieces of yourself you abandoned are returning home. This timing is not random. It is the result of everything you have endured, every lesson you have learned, and every prayer you have sent into the night. The call has come because you are ready, not because you feel ready, but because you are. The universe sees your strength long before you see it in yourself. The hidden language of energy. There is a rhythm to the universe that exists beneath everything you see. It is the current that moves the oceans, the force that guides the planets in their orbits, and the invisible thread connecting you to every soul you have ever met. This rhythm is made of energy, and energy is the first language of creation. Long before words existed, there was vibration. Long before thought, there was frequency. Every star, every stone, every heartbeat carries its own note in the grand symphony of existence. The truth is, you are speaking this language all the time. You are made of it. Every emotion you feel, every thought you hold, every action you take sends a vibration into the universe. And in return, the universe responds to your frequency with experiences that match it. Everything is energy. Think of the last time you walked into a room and felt the atmosphere change before anyone said a word. That was energy. Or the way your chest feels lighter around certain people and heavier around others. That too is energy. We are all transmitters and receivers, constantly exchanging vibrations with the world around us. When you understand this, you begin to see that life is not random. It is a mirror reflecting the energy you carry. 2.2 The vibration of your thoughts. Every thought is a signal. When you dwell on fear, doubt, and scarcity, your signal tells the universe, "This is my reality." And the universe, neutral and unjudging, simply reflects it back to you. When you focus on gratitude, love, and possibility, you tune yourself to a higher frequency. And suddenly, you notice opportunities, connections, and blessings that were invisible before. This is not magic. It is alignment. 2.3 Emotions as messengers. Emotions are not here to be ignored or suppressed. They are the body's way of speaking the language of energy. Joy says, "You are in harmony." Sadness says, "Something needs your attention." Fear says, "There is a part of you that does not yet trust." When you listen to your emotions without judgment, you begin to decode the messages your soul is sending you through the body. You stop seeing emotions as enemies and start seeing them as guides. 2.4 The power of presence. The most fluent speakers of the universe's language are not the ones who know the most facts, but the ones who know how to be present. When you are present, you can feel the subtle shifts in energy. You notice the way the sunlight falls on a certain day, the way a stranger's eyes hold a truth they never speak, the way your own breath changes when you think of a certain dream. Presence is the state in which the universe can speak to you most clearly. Because the universe does not live in the past or the future. It lives only in now. 2.5 Shifting your frequency. If life mirrors your energy, then changing your experience begins with changing your vibration. This does not mean forcing yourself to be happy all the time. It means choosing thoughts, actions, and environments that bring you closer to your authentic self. It means letting go of the heavy energy of resentment, comparison, and fear, and leaning into the lighter currents of gratitude, kindness, and faith. The shift can be subtle. Sometimes, it is as simple as pausing to breathe, or speaking one word of encouragement instead of criticism. But over time, these choices rewrite the energetic story you are telling the universe. 2.6 You are a tuning fork. Imagine yourself as a tuning fork. When you vibrate at a certain frequency, everything in your life that matches that frequency begins to resonate with you. If you want to experience love, you must become love in the way you speak, think, and treat others. If you want abundance, you must feel abundant now, not someday in the future when conditions are perfect. If you want peace, you must bring peace into the moments you live today. The universe cannot give you what you are not yet ready to hold. So it prepares you by shaping your energy into the very thing you are asking for. Messages through people and events. The universe rarely works in isolation. While you may receive guidance in dreams, meditation, or sudden intuition, it often chooses to speak through the most ordinary yet miraculous medium of all, people. Every person you meet is a mirror, a messenger, or both. Some are placed in your path to teach you something you have forgotten. Some arrive to awaken a part of you that has been sleeping. Others appear to remind you of your strength, your worth, and your purpose. Even those who hurt you, who misunderstand you, or who walk away, are part of the message. 3.1 The messenger people. There are moments when a stranger says exactly what you needed to hear, even though they know nothing about your life. A chance encounter in a cafe, a brief conversation in line at the store, a passing comment overheard at the exact right time. These are not random. Messenger people are vessels for the words, energy, and reminders the universe wants to deliver to you. They may not even realize they are playing this role. But in that moment, they are part of something larger. A divine choreography you cannot yet see in full. 3.2 The role of relationships in your awakening. Every relationship, romantic, platonic, familial, or professional, has its own spiritual assignment. Some people come to support you, some to challenge you, some to break you open so that light can enter. Some to stand with you through the darkest nights so you remember you are not alone. It is not about labeling people as good or bad. It is about understanding that each plays a part in shaping you into the person you are becoming. Even endings carry messages. A breakup may be the universe's way of saying, "You have learned what you needed here, it's time to move on." The loss of a friendship may be an invitation to stop dimming your light to fit into someone else's comfort. The closing of a door is not rejection, it is redirection. 3.3 The pattern of repeated lessons. Have you noticed the same type of situation or person showing up in your life over and over? The faces may change, but the pattern feels familiar. The same arguments, the same betrayals, the same disappointments. This is not the universe being cruel. It is the universe being persistent. It will repeat the lesson until you receive the message. Once you recognize the pattern and respond differently, the lesson no longer needs to appear in that form. You graduate to a new level of awareness, and the pattern dissolves. 3.4 Events as catalysts. The universe also speaks through events. Those turning points that change the direction of your life. A job loss may feel devastating, but it could be clearing the space for you to step into your true calling. A sudden move to a new city may seem like chaos, but it may place you exactly where your next opportunity is waiting. An illness may force you to slow down, leading you to discover a part of yourself you never knew existed. Catalyst events are rarely comfortable. They strip away your illusions and demand that you grow. But with time, you often look back and realize they were the very moments that saved you. 3.5 Listening without resistance. When you see life as a constant stream of messages, you stop fighting what is. You become less attached to controlling every outcome, and more curious about what the universe is trying to teach you. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this here to show me?" This shift opens you to receive the hidden guidance in every encounter, every delay, and every detour. 3.6 Divine timing in human encounters. There is a reason you did not meet certain people earlier in your life. You might have crossed paths physically but not connected, because the version of you then could not have received what they were meant to give, and the version of them then could not have offered it. Divine timing is not about chance. It is about alignment. The universe weaves people into your path exactly when both of your energies are ready to meet. Sometimes these connections last a lifetime. Sometimes they are brief, lasting only days, hours, or even minutes. But the depth of the connection is not measured by its length. It is measured by the impact it leaves on your soul. 3.7 Karmic relationships versus soul-aligned connections. Not everyone you feel drawn to is meant to stay. Some connections are karmic, born from past life energy, old wounds, or unfinished lessons. They can be intense, magnetic, and consuming, but they are often here to teach you, not to keep you. Karmic connections burn bright but short, forcing you to confront parts of yourself you have avoided. They may trigger your deepest insecurities or your strongest desires. Once the lesson is integrated, the bond naturally loosens. Soul-aligned connections feel different. They are not born from urgency or need, but from recognition. You feel safe, seen, and expanded in their presence. These relationships support your growth without demanding you shrink to fit. They may still challenge you, but the challenge comes from love, not chaos. Knowing the difference between these two helps you release what is meant to pass and cherish what is meant to stay. 3.8 When someone carries a message for you. There will be moments when you feel a deep sense that someone, friend, stranger, or even adversary, has been sent to deliver something your soul needs. It could be a sentence they say, piece of advice, or even a warning. When this happens, pay attention to the physical reaction you have, goosebumps, chills, warmth in the chest, the way their words echo in your mind later, the feeling that this means more than they know. Not every message will be comfortable. Sometimes, the truth comes through someone who is not gentle about it. But the universe cares more about you receiving the message than about the messenger's tone. Take the wisdom. Leave the rest. 3.9 You are also a messenger. Just as others carry messages for you, you carry messages for others, often without realizing it. A simple act of kindness, a story you share, a word spoken in passing, can land in someone else's heart at exactly the right time. This is why your authenticity matters. When you live fully as yourself, you become an open channel for the universe to work through. You never know whose life is quietly shifting because you dare to be present, honest, and compassionate. 3.10 The bigger picture. When you zoom out, you begin to see life as an intricate web of intersections. Every person you meet is on their own journey, guided by their own signs, answering their own calls. Some journeys cross yours for a short stretch. Some walk beside you for miles. And all of them, whether they stay or go, are part of a much larger conversation the universe is having with your soul. When you start to live with this awareness, you stop fearing endings. You stop clinging to what is passing. And you trust that every meeting and every farewell is part of a divine design. The truth is this. Every soul you meet is a chapter in your book. And every chapter, whether it is long or short, has meaning. Some people arrive to open doors you didn't know existed. Some arrive to close doors you were too afraid to shut yourself. Some walk with you until your paths naturally diverge, while others disappear suddenly, leaving you with a gift disguised as absence. When you start to see people not as accidents, but as messengers, mirrors, and guides, you no longer feel like life is happening to you. You realize it is happening for you. The universe is speaking, through the stranger at the bus stop, through the friend who calls out of the blue, through the one who broke your heart, and even through the one who stayed. The invitation is this. Be present enough to notice. Be humble enough to learn. Be brave enough to let go when it is time. Because the more you listen to the messages hidden in the people and events of your life, the faster you align with the path meant for you. Call to action. If these words have stirred something in your heart, don't let it fade when this video ends. Pay attention starting now. In the next 48 hours, the universe will place at least one messenger in your path. It may be a conversation, a sign, a sudden thought that feels urgent, but it will be there. Write it down. Keep a small notebook or use your phone to record the moments that stand out. Even if they seem small, collect them. When you look back, you will see the thread connecting them all. Act on the message. The universe doesn't send signs for entertainment. It sends them to move you forward. Don't just receive, respond. And if this message has spoken to you, honor it by passing it on. Share it with someone who needs reminding that they are not wandering aimlessly, that their life, too, is part of a divine conversation. Your journey is not random. Your encounters are not coincidence. The universe is speaking. The question is, will you listen?